Okay, back for our last portion of the color schemes here that we're going to do. So this time we're going to turn off the eyeball on the warm layer, and underneath we're going to do the achromatic here. So basically we're taking the color out and we're adding another filter to this so you can see how that works. First thing I want to do is desaturate it. So I'm going to go up to Image, Adjustments, Hue Saturation, or Control U is your shortcut there. And I'm just going to pull the saturation all the way out. And by doing this, I can also adjust the lightness. That's why there is another way to desaturate this. If you go up to Image, Adjustments, you can choose, let's see, I think there's a desaturate somewhere in here. Or maybe they took that away. Oh yeah, desaturate down here. Problem with that is you don't, which is fine. You can do it that way too. But I like to do Image, Adjustments, Hue Saturation, because then I can also adjust the lightness. Kind of adjust the brightness or the contrast that way too. Not much that needs to be done there, so click OK. And then I'm also going to adjust the brightness and contrast again. So Image, Adjustments, Brightness, Contrast. I can go up brighter with it if I want. I can also adjust the contrast if I need to. Let's dial that back a little bit. You can really increase the contrast. That looks cool right there. Click OK. And then the last step in the achromatic is to add what's called the plastic wrap filter. And that one again can be found up in, if you go to Filter, choose Filter Gallery. Okay, Filter Gallery. Click on Artistic again, the Artistic folder, and you'll see plastic wrap inside of there. So you're going to select plastic wrap. Now notice here it looks like I've been covered in plastic wrap, literally. That's a little too extreme there, right? So you want to play with some of the adjustments here. Let's see, highlight strength, detail, and smoothness. Let's go ahead and bring the highlight strength down. You can see where you can get rid of that. You can ever so slowly bring that up just for a little effect maybe. That looks kind of interesting there. Maybe dial that back a little bit more. Detail and smoothness. Again, you can play with that. I kind of like adding more detail than strength just to kind of see how it kind of adds a texture to the photo. And then smoothness here just kind of smoothens out the pattern or roughs it up a little bit. So that looks pretty cool right there. So it adds a little texture to the photo, kind of gives it a little bit of a pop there. So I'm going to stick with that. So again, you want to play with the highlight strength, the detail, and the smoothness to get the effect, the best possible effect in your eyes. I like the little artifacts that it leaves here. You can also dial that back a little bit if it's too much. Something like that will enhance it a little bit too even. So you can be subtle or you can go insane with it. But the idea here is just to create a subtle effect here that just kind of gives the photo some texture. Okay. Let's smoothen that out just a hair, but not too much. Something like that. Okay, click OK. And there we go. We've got our plastic wrap applied. We've got a black and white photo. Now I'm going to save this out again as a JPEG. Now again, if you're having trouble doing it from the File menu, just right click on the layer itself. Okay. Choose Quick Export or Export As right here from the layer. Since PNG is selected on this computer, I'm going to try it from this one. Quality, we're going to do great. Okay, we're going to call this is called Achromatic, so that's fine. And we can go ahead and save it right to our color comps folder. Okay, now we get to choose here. JPEG, Achromatic, and we're going to color comps. There we go. And there's our other three, so we can save that one in there. And that's all there is to it. So that's our achromatic image, and now in the next video I'll demonstrate how to put it all together as your final project that you're going to turn in.